Pleasant good afternoon to you all. Um, Welcome to our session today on the value of business coaching. So, for those who I have not met us yet, I know that some persons are still joining the call. We want to make sure that we start on time so that we can value your time, the persons who ensure that they were here before the start of our session today. So my name is Keon Smith. I'm a certified business coach with Action Coach Guyana. And persons might first of all have this question in their mind of what business coaching is all about. So business coaching is a business apprenticeship where two persons, meaning your coach and you as the business owner, we're both focused on helping you to grow your business. Now, for many persons, we understand that your business is like your baby. You've invested your time, your financial resources, and other resources. And many times it's very, very difficult for us to just give up on those investments. So yourself and your coach will work along to help you to improve your business operation, helping you to train your team so that you can have more time for yourself. So we help you to create the systems in the business. We help you to make your business more profitable so you can really enjoy those goals that you would have had in mind at the beginning, where you said, I want to get into business because I would like to go on a vacation, I would like to go out to dinners. So we can take all of those different goals and objectives that you had, dust them off, and really work towards them. Now, this is something that I absolutely love because it marries two of my passions. It marries my passion for public speaking and communication, and it marries my passion of helping other persons to become successful. So I love helping people through goal setting, organizing, and of course, providing the support that they need. We find sometimes in the business world it can be really, really fascinating. And this is one of the reasons why I love working with business owners. The challenge is the scope of what we do, it is never the same. Very similar, but not the same. And I enjoy those challenges. It's really, really exciting when you can sit and share with the business owner all the different possibilities, all the different ways that they can grow and improve their business and, of course, themselves. So let us get started today. Thank you all for being on the call and for taking this time out today. Now, some persons might have the question, why business coaching? Now, when it comes to business coaching, it is not something that everybody understands. So for us, it's really creating that environment where, as the individual, as an entrepreneur, you can focus on the day to day decisions and responsibilities because let's face the fact, it rests solely on your shoulders. For many entrepreneurs out there, this can be a very, very daunting task for them. When they think about all the things that they need to focus on, making sure that they generate enough revenue so that they can make sure they meet their payroll on a weekly or monthly basis. So what happens is that they would have all of these fantastic ideas that they would want to implement in their business, may want to grow their business, but they may simply lack the vision or the clarity in the vision to get it done. Or in some cases, they might lack the ability to execute with confidence. What we bring to the table as business coaches is that we provide the entrepreneur with the ability to have the clarity in their vision and also to find the confidence in order for them to execute the goals that they have set. So, for our session today, we're going to cover several areas that can help you to grow your business. We're going to look at developing your vision. We're going to then dive into how do you work on building the confidence needed to really push your business forward. We're going to go into goal setting. I know this is the part where many persons are going to love. Make sure you have your your book and your pen available. Take as much notes as you possibly can. For those persons who are listening on our social media platforms, please make sure that you also get your book and your pen ready so you can make your notes, you can have your questions ready. And if you find that there are other people that you believe can use the information that we're about to share today, please like and share the page, share the videos. As a matter of fact, so persons can, this can be your gift to them amidst all that is happening. We're then going to go into goal implementation. How do you make sure that you create a plan for implementing your goals? We're going to look at one of the more critical part of business coaching, which is the accountability that we bring to the table that we help business owners with. We're going to look at motivation. How do we keep you motivated? How do we push you? How do you get your drive? We're going to look at inspiration. So motivation and inspiration work hand in hand, but two separate areas. So we're going to look at the coaching aspect itself so you can understand how we work with you, how we coach you, and what coaching really, really entails. We're going to examine the second part of what we focus on as a coach, which is the mentorship, and how do we help you to identify the areas that you need to improve on so that you can continue to grow yourself and grow your business. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you will have many obstacles coming your way. We're going to work out strategies on how to help you overcome those obstacles and how to make sure that we can put systems in place so that it don't happen again, or we reduce the chances of them happening again. And of course, we're going to look at the plannings that you need, the plans that you need to have for your business, and the strategies in the event that those plans need to change. Like many persons now, you would have had your plans for 2020 nicely prepared, well laid out. And here comes COVID 19, something that we did not foresee. And it is something in business that happens in a cycle where probably every 5 to 7 years you would find that there'll be some pandemic, some epidemic that comes around that creates a slowdown in the economic development or prosperity of countries, and in this case, around the world. So it's how do we make sure that we develop a business that is flexible enough so that we can withstand these different um, pandemics when they come around that can create a dip in our economic cycle. So as we move along, guys, we're going to be asking you to send your questions, take notes, like and or share the video so that more persons can be aware of what is currently happening. Now, when it comes to working on your business, one of the strongest things that you need to focus on is having the confidence that you need in order for you to grow your business and to move your business forward. Already, as an entrepreneur, you are a risk taker. You have taken the risk to start a business, you've taken the risk to employ other persons and to provide a service to the public. So you have to think about when you find yourself feeling frustrated and feeling uncertain or anxious about what is going to happen with business and in the future. This is where a business coach can quickly become your best friend to you and your growing businesses. Because you go through all of these different floods of emotion, it is very, very key that we can work out strategies to help you to overcome and reduce some of these frustrations. So, what I'm going to ask the persons who are tuned in, the persons who are in our Zoom room, you can use the chat box, the persons who are on our social media platform. You can type in the comments or you can type in the chat box. You know, what would you like to share today? So, what can you feel that will be of most help for you in running your business? So, what do you feel that will be most helpful to you when it comes to running your business? So, you can please post your answers in our chat box or in our comments, and we'll be sure to address them throughout the session. So when it comes to building confidence, as your business coach, we will work with you to build your confidence as an individual and also more specifically as a business professional. What we do when we work with you as your coach is that we transfer to you lots of systems, knowledge, and tools that will help to improve your business language. So you can understand, especially when we are communicating with you, we talk about leads, we talk about conversion rates. You must not be looking at us with this blank slate. So you must be able to understand those languages. When you have to go to negotiate with the bank and the bank asks you, what is your profit margin? You should not just be telling them, oh, my, what you mark up on your product or service. So we want to help you to build those confidence as a business professional. So people often have this idea that they believe that confidence is something that you're born with. But the truth is, confidence is something that you constantly, once you work on it, you develop it, it gets stronger. It is just like when you continuously go to the gym and you're working on building out your biceps and your triceps. The more pressure you put on your muscles, the more you work them out, the better they perform. So, similarly, when it comes to building confidence, we're constantly working with you to be able to stand and deliver before an audience, be able to speak about your business at a televised interview, be able to go on your Facebook channel and do your live videos talking about your business. Because let's face the fact, you will have to be the forefront, the fore leader when it comes to marketing your business. This is really using the notion of leading by example, where once your team members as well see that you are brave enough, you're exhibiting those confidence to go and do your live videos, it's easier for them to actually follow in your path as well. So we'll help you to work on your confidence as your coach. And of course, we will help you by providing other support that can help you to develop your confidence as a business owner. So we will help you as your business coach with some of the following areas. We'll help you when it comes to creating effective structures for your business. This is where we work on helping you to systemize the business so that you can save yourself time, energy, and money. So creating the structure helps to provide a framework where your team can now manage those structures. We're going to help you to believe in yourself, first of all, by helping you to work on your identity. How do you work to change your identity as a business owner? Not changing yourself, but your identity, helping you to be more confident. Will help you with your ability to build and, of course, sustain your business for long term growth. We're going to help you when it comes to reinforcing efficient decision making. So, as a business coach, what we do when we work with business owners is that we work with you to make better decisions faster. Procrastination is one of the key elements that usually separates a very successful business owner from somebody who is just surviving with their head above water. When you take long to make these critical decisions, your competitors are already moving ahead of you. So, how do we help you to make better decisions faster? We're going to be there as your coach to encourage action. This is why we also call action coaches, not think about it coaches. We are called action coaches. So we encourage you to take action, how to move forward with the necessary momentum that is needed to keep you moving ahead. We're going to help you as your coach to overcome common obstacles. So we're going to help you to identify them and how do we create strategies to handle those obstacles as they come along in the business. We do understand that we cannot plan for every single activity, but we will plan to the best of our ability to make sure that whatever comes your way, you can be able to withstand those obstacles. And of course, we're going to help you to refocus on your why, WHY. And your why is simply, why did you get started in business in the first place? So, what I'm going to ask all the persons who are listening on the call, who are on our social media platform, I'm just going to give you about 15 to 30 seconds, probably just about 30 seconds, to write down why did you get started in business in the first place. And your 30 seconds starts now. With a halfway mark, 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So if you are not able to write down why did you start business in the first place, it's not something you should worry about. Once you work along with an action coach, we can help you to identify your why. So no need to beat yourself up. This wasn't an exam or anything like that. So it's just another area that we can help you to work on to make sure that you understand your why. It is the why that you have that helps you to create the passion that is needed to keep you going every day, to remind you why you started the business and what solutions you're bringing to the market. When we help you to work on your confidence, we then would work on the vision. Now, one of the things about creating the vision, and I love this quote that you're seeing on the screen, is that we don't work with you as your business coach to chase money. We work with you to chase your vision. Once your vision is clear enough, once your vision is strong enough, it will pull you to do the things that are necessary, and the money will come along with that. So when persons are talking about creating or getting bigger market share, it is all about how do we make sure that the vision is not only clear, but the vision is strong enough so that you can do what is necessary so that the money can flow with you. So the basic foundation of business coaching within your first 2 weeks of working with us, we're going to help you to identify and develop your vision for the business. Now, the thing about it, if you don't have a very clear vision, there's an old saying that goes, if you don't know where you want to go, any road will take you there. So if you don't have an idea where you want to take your business, whatever is happening, you're just going to be following suit. Once you have a clear vision of where you want to go, then it becomes easier for you to create a plan on how you're going to get there. So as a business coach, I help people to craft their vision statements for their businesses. And your vision statement is like your navigational beacon. It's like the compass that provides you with the direction that you would want to go in when it comes to growing your business. What your vision works on is clearly creating what we call the blueprint. So for a contractor, before they go to build a house, they will need what we call the blueprint. Your vision is the blueprint for your business. When we talk about creating the vision for your business, it should answer some basic questions. First of all, your vision should be able to answer, why do you want to build this business? And that is very, very key. And we always have to think about, what do we want the business to be like? How big do we want the business to get? Because some people have a fear of failure, but overwhelming amount of people have a fear of success, which means as the business grows, they're not sure how they're going to handle it. Your vision also encapsulate, who do you want to serve? So what industry do you want to be in, who your customers they're going to be? It also answers what are you going to be offering to the public. So these are some basic questions that we want to be able to iron out when it comes to bringing the clarity when it comes to your vision. We help you to map out your vision for your 5 year plan, your 3 year plan, what the business should look like in 5 years, what the business should look like in 3 years, what the business should look like in a year. We want to make sure that your vision has the attributes of a miniskirt. It is long enough to cover the essentials, but short enough to raise the excitement. You want to make sure your vision both enrolls and inspires. Because think about it, when you put your vision out there, customers who are seeing your vision, they would want to know that you're dealing with a business that is going to be around for some time. Not a business is going to come today and disappear tomorrow. So it's very, very important that your vision is where it can be seen. Your employees, your team members would definitely like to know that they're investing their time and energy with a company that is also going to be around, a company that is or who is that is growth oriented. So we want to make sure that our vision is clear for us as the business owner and is also strong enough to enroll and inspire your team members. So we have different ways that we use when it comes to testing your vision, and we will teach you more about this. We will be offering at the end of this session two options. You can click on the link that's going to be in the video to register for our 6 step seminar, 6 steps to business growth. And that seminar is going to teach you more about what we do here at Action Coach Guyana, how we work along with business owners just like you, or for those persons who are looking to accelerate their growth. You can call the numbers that you're going to see here, are going to be provided 223-5583, and you can book your pivot session. That's a 20-minute business pivot session with one of our coaches. So these are going to be some of the avenues you're going to have after a session today. So creating that vision is just going to help you to determine what are the avenues that are going to be pulling your business forward so that you can be as successful as possible. So having a clear vision definitely is going to be key towards moving your business forward. Next, we want to make sure that we focus on goal setting. Now, once you've created a vision for the business, that is like your compass and the blueprint, we then would need to work on, first of all, creating your mission statement. So the vision is where you want to go. Your mission statement is all about how are you going to get there. When you talk about creating your mission statement, it succinctly defines the purpose of your business, and it helps you to create that roadmap. So now you're going to be adding in all the different finer details. Your mission statement answers basic questions. It answers who we are, which means what can you do to describe your team? What words do you use to describe the persons who are actually delivering the service? So it talks about who you are, what industry you're in, very, very key. So you can identify clearly the market that you're serving. It needs to answer the question, who are your customers, or you describe your customers. And one of the biggest things of all about your mission statement, it should talk about what benefits do you bring or do you deliver to your customers. So your mission statement is the clearly defining how you're going to achieve the vision that you've set for your business. So one of the big parts of what we do is that we help you also to create your mission statements for your businesses so that you can have a clear idea of what needs to get done and how do you define your business moving forward. So the goal in establishing your mission statement, it helps you with your internal business functions in making it run more smoothly from day to day. And it also helps you to define some of the key measures of your business success. So your vision statement, your mission statement, These are two key components that we work with the business owners to help them to create very, very early on to make sure that they understand where they're taking their business and how are they going to get there. The next step talks about having your goals. Now, one of the steps when it comes to goals is that your goals should be written down. I think it was Jim Rohn who said that a goal that is not written down is just a wish, which means that if you do not put your goals down on paper, then it is simply just a wish. That's one of the first steps, writing it down. Once your goals have been written down, we would then need to make sure that our goals meet the SMART criteria. Now, there's a difference between goals and objectives. So, objectives, they are more definitive, more specific. A goal that you're setting and encapsulates a broader aspect that has a further timeline than an objective. So when it talks about setting your goal, you want to make sure that it meets the SMART criteria. SMART. Many of you probably would have been exposed to this acronym before. If not, I'm still going to give you a refresher. And for the persons who are now being exposed to it, definitely you'd want to take note of this. When it comes to setting your goals, first of all, you want to make sure that your goal is specific. So you want to set a goal. For example, if you say, my goal is to make more money, just ask yourself the question, is that specific? Because if you're to tell me that and I'm to find you and I give you a Guyana $20, one of those gray money as we call it, then you can say that you've achieved your goal because your goal was to make more money. But if you're laughing at this, it simply means that you are not very specific. So you want to be very specific in identifying your goal. Your goal would be to make how much more money. You want to make sure that your goal is measurable, and this is where it comes in with the numbers you're going to be adding when you're creating your goal. So you would like to make $1 million every month. So that way there is a measurable number in there. So you can then break it down. If you know you want to make $1 million per month, then you can easily identify how much do you need to make per week. Then you can break that down. How much do you need to make per day? So if my math is correct, if you need to make $1 million per month, it becomes $250,000 per week. And let's say we're using a 5-day week, then you need to make $50,000 every single day. You can then break that down by hour, so you can know how much money do you need to be making per hour, depending on how long you're going to be in operation. So once you set your goal, it's easier for you to break it down into the smaller activities and tasks that needs to get done. You want to make sure that your goal is attainable, which means that you don't want to set a goal that is going to be beyond your reach. It must be able to stretch you, but it should not be something that is far beyond your reach. So you want to make sure that it's attainable, and the attainability of your goal will depending on what you've previously done, what resources you have available, and what are the possibilities ahead. And as your coach, we help you to identify and really make efficient use of the resources available to you. You want to make sure that your goal is also relevant and or realistic. So we would use relevant in this case. You want to make sure that the goals you're setting is relevant to your overall vision, which means nothing gets on your goal sheet that doesn't take you closer towards your vision. Then T stands for time. You want to make sure that your goals, it has a time factor applied to it. Many times we put goals, oh, I would like to do this soon or next month. Once you do not have a definitive timeline to your goals, I can guarantee you it's just as if it never was written. It will never happen. So we want to make sure that we follow the SMART criteria when it comes to goal setting. Make sure that our goals follow the SMART criteria. So once we work with you to establish your goals to make sure that they're leading you towards your vision, we will then help you when it comes to implementing those goals. Now, one of the biggest setback for many business persons is that they're really, really great at building the plan, getting the goals, but where they fall down is actually implementing, going after their goals, where we call taking action. As your coach, we help you to take action because goal setting is just a catalyst to movement and momentum in your business. When you set your goal, what it actually does, it puts in motion your RAS. Let me just clarify that because I don't want Facebook to flag us or for using indecent language. It is RAS, which means reticular activating system. We want to make sure that when you set your goals, it puts in focus the things that you need to focus on. So whatever you focus on, whatever you put your energy on, that is actually what gets done. So writing down your goals, then creating the plans helps you to work on achieving those goals that you have set for your business. Once goals are measurable and they're clearly defined, it really helps you to determine how do you continue to serve your market and what step-by-step strategy you need to take to make sure that you achieve those goals. So what I want you to do for me right now, those who are in our Zoom, meeting, and those who are listening on Facebook, I would like you to write down, you can put in the chat box, you can put in the comment box, what is one goal you're currently working on for your business? So you don't need to put anything that is too sensitive as a goal. It can be one of the generic goals that you're working on for your business. You can feel free to share it in the chat box. You can share it also in the comment section on our video on a social media platform. So giving you guys another just 30 seconds to type in what is one of the goals that you're currently working on or have for your business. And your 30 seconds starts now. Good. Five, four, three, two, one. So thanks to those who would have shared. For those who felt a bit uncomfortable sharing your goals in public, we do understand. Once you meet with your business coach for your pivot session or your one-on-one direct session, you can always share with them. If you prefer to do it, in a more secure and closed environment, that is totally fine with us. So we want to make sure that you have those goals written down. So I would ask you if you haven't had them written down before, this is the perfect opportunity to have a notebook where you write down all of the goals that you want for your business and to make sure that they fit the SMART criteria. If you're not sure how to do that, again, when you work along with one of your business coaches, they will provide you with necessary guidance and, of course, training on how to really utilize the SMART criteria. And that is one of the strengths when it comes to you actually working to achieve your goals. Once we focus on implementing the goals, we want to make sure that you build out what you call your strategic plan. Now, when it comes to becoming very, very successful with your goals, we help you to map out your plan, and then we look at the necessary actions that must be taken towards achieving those goals. One of the tools that we use when it comes to mapping out the plan for the business, it is called our 90-day plan. And we would usually have our growth club session or planning session. And this is done every quarter for our clients, and we're even extending it out to persons who would like to join in. Because if one day that you take out of your busy 90 days for that 3 months to plan for the next quarter, so that you can ensure that when the next quarter starts, you're not going into that quarter blindly, hoping that business will grow by some form of osmosis or by magic. So we're not magicians, we don't wave a magic wand, but it once you work with you on that day, so you create a plan that sets you in focus for the next 90 days. Once you have the goals outlined, you will then work out what are the actions that are needed. We help you to identify as well, what are who are the people that are necessary to help you to achieve your plan, and even the resources that you need to make sure that your goal is completed. One of the things that we help business owners to break away from is the mindset that I need to do it myself. That is the I alone can do it kind of syndrome. And I can understand is because we probably did not train our team members well enough to make sure that they can do it as good as us or sometimes even better than us. Or we probably do not have the resources to hire the right people to make sure that they can bring the value to the business. One of the things we work on encouraging you is that we want to move away from the I need to do it myself mentality, or else you will continue to put the pressure on yourself. And we've seen many businesses die away simply because the owner burn out. It's too much energy, too much effort, and they're not seeing the returns simply because they're not able to duplicate themselves. We will then work with you to identify the responsibilities for each of the team members involved in implementing the goal, helping them to clearly have their job description defined and what we call the positional contract, which means we identify the 3 to 6 key roles that if this person is to focus on these key tasks or responsibilities, it will bring the results that you're looking for. And we have outlined their KPIs, which are called the key performance indicators. So each team member, as they're working towards the goal, will have their KPIs outlined so that we can measure their performance. So it takes away the subjectivity when it comes to evaluating team members, and it makes it very, very objective. So are you meeting your KPIs, and what do you need to do to ensure that you meet your KPIs? With the strategic plan, we'll help you to identify the systems that are necessary to bring about the level of effectiveness and the level of efficiency that will be needed to make sure that your goals can be completed within the time that you would have set. So we don't just help you to create the plan, we also help you to map out all the different areas that are necessary to make sure that you can attain your goals as fast as you can. Now, when it comes to business coaching, one of the elements that we bring to the table that many of our clients truly and absolutely value is our level of accountability. See, as a business coach, I see many, many business owners struggling to meet some of their goals. They come to the planning session. For those who just come to the session, they are very hyped, very motivated, they have the goals. But then when you're following up with them, they're having difficulties and challenges. Two of the most common reasons for this struggle that we've been able to identify throughout the years that we have been working along with business owners, which is since 2014 is that there's a lack of accountability, which means there's nobody for them to be able to report to, and a lack of motivation. Now, as a business coach, this is where my skill shines the most. We are willing to ask the tough questions. See, as a business coach, we are willing to be your unreasonable yet compassionate friend, which means that we will need to tell you as it is when you are not doing what you have agreed that you would have done. So we ask you the tough questions, what what else do you need in terms of, what other contact do you need to help you to achieve this goal? What other resources do you think you might need to achieve the goal? When will you be scheduling your calls, or when will you be scheduling your meetings? So all the things that you run away from as your business coach, we are willing to ask you the tough questions. Let's face the fact. As the business owner, we on many occasions cut ourselves a lot of slack, because if our employee doesn't do what they need to get done, then we come down on them. We sometimes will tell them all sorts of things. We raise our voices, we get upset, we come down, we get livid with them. But when you don't do what you have to do you actually stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself some of the same things that you would tell your team members? I guess not. You know what you tell yourself? Oh, I was so busy today, I'm going to get it done tomorrow. And then every single day becomes the tomorrow. So, as your business coach, we hold you accountable for the things that you indicated you would have done. We help you to identify timelines, of course, brainstorming if there are better, more efficient ways to get it done. So, we become that sounding board that you can bounce your ideas off of. So, we make sure that for us as business coaches, we cannot be nice. That's NICE, because nice for us is like an acronym, which means nothing inside me cares enough. So if I'm going to be nice with you when you come and you say, Coach Keon, I'm sorry I didn't get to do this because, and it is a very lame or flimsy excuse. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's okay, I understand. It means I'm encouraging the behavior. And then after a month, after 2 months of me encouraging this behavior, you're going to come to say, oh, business coaching doesn't work. No, we want to make sure that we provide the level of accountability. We will continue to work with you as a business owner. And we have two notions. We will continue to put positive pressure on you that you can either choose to grow or try to do it on your own. But all of our clients who are with us, who have been growing over the years, we've had clients from the time that we have commenced our business to now, and they keep growing because nobody invests in anything that they're not getting returns for. We've had clients who during 2019, which would have been deemed as one of our not so good economic years, we've had clients doubling their revenue base. So simply means it is taking the position to have the right people by your side to make sure that you can be as successful as possible. So when it comes to the accountability, we also help to motivate you as our clients, because we believe that motivation is one of those areas that business owners lack, simply because they have nobody to be by them side, to keep them going, to be the coach in the background that keeps telling them, how bad do you want this? And I remember that story. I was at a conference in, this was, we were in Nashville, Tennessee. And one of the speakers was relating this story about, the coach that was coaching a team who were the underdogs. And simple line is, how bad do you want this? So we work along with our business owners to help them to remember the reason why they started the business, and of course, asking them that question, maybe not in the exact words, but how bad do you want this? Because whatever you put your energies on, that is what manifests. So if you want to put your energies in the negative things, then it would not help you to move forward. So we help you to manage all the emotions, because for us, emotions is energy and motion, and we do need them. We do need a level of motivation, because they probably have not had anybody cheering them on. They probably had people telling them, "Oh, why did you get into this business? Don't you know that small businesses fail? Many small businesses fail within the first 5 years. Do you know how hard it is to run a business?" We change the energy. Why did you get into this business in the first place? And of course, what do you need to do to make sure that it's successful? So that is where we focus our energies when we're working along with our clients. So as a business coach, my role is to help you to accomplish each of these steps that are necessary to achieve your goals by holding you accountable for the work that's required to make sure that it happens. I help you to keep your eyes on the prize and remember why. Why did you get into the business in the first place? Why is accomplishing your goals so vital to your business success? So whenever you feel frustrated, whenever you feel excited or something to celebrate, we are always going to be there for you as your source of motivation, either to pull you out of that rut and or to help you celebrate, to keep the momentum going so that you can work towards achieving more of your goals. So we do understand and we quite aware that it is sometimes extremely difficult to stay motivated when you feel like you're building your business on your own. So we want to tell you that we are here to provide that support. All right. So we are here to help you celebrate your wins, whether they're big, whether they're small, and to help you keep and stay motivated, get and stay motivated so you can continue to grow your business. So much like the accountability that we bring when it comes to motivation, we're also that source of inspiration for you. Now, inspiration sometimes can be very difficult to find when you are in your business, because you are dealing with the everyday activities, you're fighting the fires, dealing with every complaint, etc. So, as a business coach, what I would do, what our team would work on, because we're a team of four business coaches, is that because we are familiar with your business and others like it, probably in the industry, we will make sure that we help you develop strategies that are unique to your business so you can implement the strategies that would work for you. And one of the things that we focus on is how do we test and measure. These are all terminologies that you'll become very familiar with once you start working with your business coach, so that you can understand when it comes to implementing strategies, how do we do it on a scale that allow you as a business owner not to be at a high risk, but also to test it to make sure it works, and then we implement it on a full scale. So we provide for you both business and personal inspiration. We understand it's an essential part of you being able to stay focused, and is also a very essential part of our business coaching process. So we will continue to reach out to you. We create an environment where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe. So we make sure that we ignite your passion to keep it burning, because we know that through your passion, through our inspiration, you would then be exhibiting the behavior that is going to help you to achieve your goals, and by extension grow your business and make everybody around you as happy as possible. So inspiration, definitely one of the things that we focus on. So we help you to keep the momentum going. We help you to make sure that you're focused on what you need to do, what you need to get done, so that you can continue to grow your business. Now, persons have this question that talks about how business coaching can be done now. We are currently facing a pandemic beyond the comprehension of persons who have never faced something like this before. For me, it is something totally new, and it's all about how do we find ways to make sure that we can pivot our businesses and then redefine our business model, which means find different ways that we can continue to deliver the same level of service and a very similar level of service to our customers to make sure that they remain loyal to our businesses. Now, when it comes to working along with business owners, because the advent of coaching is on a one on one basis, coaching can be done in many different forms. We can coach in person, live and direct. Some persons love the personal interaction, they love being there in the physical presence of the person because that is the best way for them to assimilate information, while other persons may be very comfortable with doing coaching via the telephone, which means voice, because people take in information in three different modes. Some persons are visual, which means they can see you, look at the video, assimilate information. Some persons are auditory, which means that they can listen to you and be very, very comfortable with the information they're receiving. And others are kinesthetic, which means they prefer to touch and feel and be in your presence. So coaching can be done in person, it can be done via the telephone. We can utilize the same platform that we're using right now. It can be done via Zoom. In fact, all I would say 95% of our coaching sessions currently are being done via Zoom as we are affirming to WHO mandate of social distancing, but it doesn't mean that we cannot work with our clients. And we are using Zoom platform to make sure that we still deliver our services. So you have to think about what would be the best way that will work for you. You can always drop a quick comment. That's taken a very quick poll. You know, you are to work with us, what would be the best way you prefer to have your coaching sessions being done? If it's via Zoom, it's via telephone. If it's in person, we can do it, make sure it's done by appointment so there's less contact with many individuals, and make sure that we follow our sanitation processes to make sure that everybody stays as safe as they possibly can amidst what is happening right now with COVID 19. Now, coaching itself is what we call a universal language. So, as a coach, it is not my job necessarily to tell you what to do next. Instead, our job as your coach will be to work with you to help you create the plan. We'll work with you to ensure that you understand your plan and understand what are the actions behind the plan. And biggest one of all, understand why the plan is important. Additionally, we'll provide you with support and encouragement and motivation. That's a big part of what we offer here at Action Coach, helping you to identify your personal and your business blind spots. If you've heard the saying that if you are in the frame, it is difficult to see the picture. So, what we bring to the table as your business coach is that independent third party suggestions based on how we see the business similarly to a customer. We are the extra pair of eyes that are focused on helping you to make your business as appealing and as efficient as possible. So we identify those blind spots and then we work with you on strategies that can help you to turn those areas of weaknesses, as we might call them, into opportunities. We work with you also to identify your areas as an individual that you need to work on as a business owner, because the business can only grow to the level of the business owner, which means that if you are the best in your business or you're the brightest in the business, that means that business can only grow up to your level. It's all about how do we build the business so that we can bring in the necessary expertise so that your business can grow even beyond what you had imagined. So it's not a case where you need to let go of the reins of the business, but have enough knowledge as the business owner so that you can bring in the expertise that is needed to make sure that your business can continue to grow. So we work with you as a business owner to develop your personal capacity and by extension develop the capacity of the business. So you can always think about what is happening now in with COVID-19, and you can either see it as downtime or you can see it as opportunity time, which means that because you have a reduced flow in activities for some persons, this is probably the best time that you would need to invest in your personal development. And if you have no idea about what you want to do or how to go about creating your personal development plan, reach out to us. We can also work with you on coming up with those strategies. We've done this for many, many persons currently and before. So there's no reason that we can't do it for you as well. To help you to map out what do you need to add to your personal development plan so that you can continue to get better. So coaching is all about the process of making sure that we impart knowledge and skills to you as the business owner. And we love to build out our model where it's okay to have the knowledge. So you move from having the knowledge, you know what needs to get done. And many business persons have the knowledge. They would have either been in the industry a long time or have studied. Then you take the knowledge and you start practicing it to make sure you develop the skill. What many persons do is that they stop there. They just do it for a very short period of time, or they do it once and afar, and they just have the basic skill. What we work with our clients to do is to move from knowledge and skill and actually develop the ability. The ability now is where you can do this with ease. It doesn't feel strenuous on you. So once it's an ability, it is harder for you to lose and also to make mistakes. So we work with you to develop the ability to make sure that you can grow your business. Because let's face the fact, nobody knows your business better than you. So no offense to any consultants, we don't want to be like consultants where we come in, identify a problem, we fix it, and then when the problem comes again, what do you need to do? Call us again. I mean, we have been turned around with it. It's a very, very lucrative business model, but we have our vision is stronger. Our vision here for Action Coach Guyana, it is Guyana's abundance through business re-education. So we understand that you know some stuff already. We want to make sure we re-educate you in the way that business should be run so that you don't feel that pressure. It doesn't create fractions with your home because you're investing enough time. Well, a lot of time, not enough, investing a lot of time in the business, barely getting time with your family. You have the kids and you want them to come and work in the business. You have to think about it. People are probably are just hoping that something happens that they don't have to be doing this. So we help you to create that balance where you have enough time for your family and of course enough time for growing your business. So coaches, when we coach you in all aspects of your life. We're there for you for business. We there when you have your events, your personal accomplishments. We're there to cheer you on, to support you on your goals and how achieving your goals. And of course, we help you to continue to develop the path that will help you to get towards your goals. So we want to make sure as well that we provide you with the level of mentorship that is going to help you to continuously achieve your goals, make you feel comfortable. So mentorship is all about developing your talents strategically. So as your coach, we work with you, we mentor our clients by first of all encouraging them to develop the skills that would maximize their business potential. So what do you need to learn in your area of business to make sure that you can take full advantage of the opportunities in your industry? We mentor them by developing the skills that would improve their performance as a business owner. We help you to expand your resources, material, financial, etc. And especially, we work with you when it comes to building out your network. And I remember learning this phrase. I can't remember exactly where I learned it from as well, but it says your network determines your net worth. Your network determines your net worth, which means who are the people that you need to be connected with, be connected to, who are the persons you need to have as part of your network that can continue to provide that community, that environment where it is positive, it is growth oriented, uh, it is action oriented, it is goal oriented. You want to be in a network of the right people that is going to give you the inspiration and the motivation to continue to build your business. We mentor our clients by helping them to create the environment to explore options and risk. So, again, this is where we test and measure. So, there's no one cap fit all method or strategy when it comes to dealing with clients. We understand that each client is unique. So, what we work on is identifying what is specific to that client and work towards supporting their plans, their actions for their businesses. So, don't believe that we're going to come with one framework and expect everybody to follow the same way. We're very, very um, deliberate in what we do. So we work along with our uh, business owners to make sure that we can tailor strategies and plans that are geared towards them. So it is very important when it comes to having a coach, but also very important to be having mentors. Now, what I would encourage you to do, the persons on the call, the persons on our Facebook page, is that if you do not already have a mentor, I would encourage you to find a mentor. Your coach can also function as your mentor, but you can have mentors in different areas. Just get a mentor. That's the start. So you can understand what our relationship is all about. Now, a mentor is not just idolizing somebody. People can mentor you in so many different ways through their books, through their videos, etc. But if you can find somebody who is alive and to really allow them to demonstrate their mentorship ability, is that you need to let them know, ask them to be your mentor. And I tell you the difference. If you are following what I'm doing, I am your mentor, you're taking different tips from me, etc. And I don't know, it simply means you're doing it on your own. If you come to me and say, Keon, I would like for you to be my mentor, it means the quality of my information that I deliver to you has just gone up. Because I would want to make sure that as my mentee, you are a reflection of who I am. So I'm going to make sure that I invest the time necessary to make sure that you are a reflection of who I am. So if you have persons you've been admiring from afar, this is the perfect time. Reach out to them, ask them to be your mentor in whatever specific area that you'd like them to mentor you in. And a mentor doesn't always have to know everything, it can be for a very specific area. You can have a mentor for public speaking, you can have a mentor for fashion, you can have a mentor for giving speeches, whatever it is that you would want to do, you can seek your mentorship in that area. But as your coach, we also function as your mentor in that regard. So once you have your mentorship done, we help you when it comes to overcoming obstacles. Now, as an entrepreneur, you will be faced with many obstacles before. You would have been faced with them, and you probably still will continue to be faced with them from time to time. So, somewhere along the line, whether big or small, the barrier that fall into your growth path or your area to success, we will be there to help you answer the question, how will I handle it? Which means obstacles can create different flurries of emotions. Some persons get angry, creates fear, frustration, a feeling of utter defeat. As business coaches, it is our job to make sure that we support you through these challenges, which means that we work with you to help you to overcome those obstacles. So it's no longer it is just you focus on the obstacle. You have your coach to also provide you with that other perspective that can help you to overcome these obstacles. So I know that there are persons out there with many different obstacles that they can identify, but think about your reaction to these obstacles. And if you would like to definitely change how you react when you're faced with obstacles, reach out to one of our coaches. We'll be more than happy to have that session with you when it comes to working with the obstacles in your business as to how do you overcome them. Once you have your obstacles overcome, as your coach, we will be offering you our perspective. So, in my experience, when we are too close to the problem, when we sometimes are in the midst of it, or in some cases we are the problem, it is a feeling we can get a feeling where we're overwhelmed, and sometimes it's a bit difficult for us to overcome those feelings because we're in there. We're inundated by what is happening. As your business coach, as our team of coaches, we become that subjective, outside, third party observer who can make sure we take a critical look at what is happening to make sure that we understand how it's happening, why it's happening, or why it happened in some cases, and what can we do to make sure that we remove it, we reduce it, we change it so that you can continue to move forward. So more often than not, many persons allow their reactive feelings to get the best of them, which means you're reacting to the situation. But you have to think about this. A reaction is sometimes, it's an immediate action that only considers the present time, which means how do I deal with this now? We help you to move away from that reactive um, motion, and we look at how do you respond. So when you respond, it requires more of an evaluation of the situation and an evaluation of the impact of your decision that you're currently going to be making, and then how does that how does that have an implication on your overall goals? How does that have an implication on your progress? How does that have an implication on your team, on your customers? And we work with you to account for those areas and any changes that we can identify that needs to be made in order for us to be on track whenever we are faced with these consequences. So it's moving from being reactive and developing an attitude where we can respond to the situation. So reacting is more on the emotional side of it, and responding is more on the logical side of it, where you take the time to assess, evaluate, and think about what needs to what needs to get done. So as your business coach, we offer that unique perspective to make sure that you can continue to be ahead of whatever the situation is so you can continue to grow your business. Now, when it comes to the plan, there will be changes to the plan. We do know that we need to keep that at the back of our heads, but we work not to put a lot of focus on it. And I heard this from Steve Harvey is that when we always have a plan B set and ready, we don't invest enough time working the plan A. So sometimes even the best plan needs to be changed depending on the situation, what is currently happening, what are the factors in the business that might be changing, or the factors in the industry that might be changing. You don't want to be like businesses who in the past would have been stuck in their old ways and end up, well, I should say, staying themselves out of business. For example, companies like Kodak, one of the biggest film producing companies in the world, did not take heed to the um, digital forms of photography and did not change their business model in time and end up going out of business. Similarly to businesses like uh, Blockbuster was a video rental company. Online streaming came and knocked them out of the water. So we want to be able to have the plan, yes, focus on what needs to get done, but still be able to adapt to changes as they come along. And this requires us to be proactive. So when you are in a day-to-day activities of the business, it sometimes can become very, very challenging to see what is happening on the outside. So, as your business coach, what we do is that we help you to take an objective view of whatever challenges you might have. And when necessary, we can work with you, guide you, support you in making those changes, tweaking your plan as you move along. So one of the things I want to say here is that if you notice, we don't work on changing the goal unless it's really critical or absolutely necessary. So the goal doesn't change, the strategy towards achieving the goal, that is what we change. So you always have to think about how do you react when plans need to be changed? Are you an emotional wreck? Do you hate the changes? Or are you a business person that is willing to adapt to the new changes? So some people don't mind, but for others, it can definitely drive them up a wall. All right. So you have to determine how do you want to view change, and we will tell you as your coach that change is the only constant. It is inevitable. It will happen. You just need to adapt it as much as possible. So we change the plan. We never change the goal. So once you're working with us, we really would you see that the goal will change, but we will make sure that we provide that broader view of your business and your goals, and we'll help you to navigate, evaluate the options that are available so that you can determine what is the next best course of action that you need to take. So, together, we can identify and adjust the short and long term goals so that we can change that the change in the plans will impact. So it's adjusting if necessary, but we want to make sure that we still keep our eyes on the prize and keep working towards our goals. So it's all about working towards achieving the goals, making sure that you can have a very clear vision, a clear mission, and what do we bring to the table as a business coach is that we make sure that we provide you with the guidance, support, transfer a lot of knowledge to you. We are the third party, the objective observer to make sure that we can look at the business and the different avenues of how to grow the business. We work with you on building out your plan for your companies to make sure that you have guidelines that helps you to achieve your goals, that helps you to achieve your vision. We want to make sure that persons out there who can use what we do, you can always reach out to us. The link is also in the video. You can register for a 6 step seminar. It is going to be tomorrow evening online at 7 p.m. Be sure to tune in so you get to learn a lot more about what we specifically do here at Action Coach Guyana and how we help business owners like yourself. Again, for those persons who would like to uh, get that pivot session. We're offering a 20-minute pivot session for our business owners so that you can log in, sign up for it. You can call us on 223-5583, and one of our team members will be more than willing to book that session for you, where we can take a look at your business, what needs to happen, and how do we move on the business from point A to point B. So thank you guys very much for tuning in to this webinar today. I trust that you got a lot of value from the information, things that you need to start working on. And if you would like to learn more about what you do, you can check us out on Facebook on Action Coach Guyana, or you can always give us a call and let us book that one-on-one Zoom session so that we can help you to achieve your goals even faster. So have a great day, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please stay safe. Please make sure you practice social distancing, sanitize as best as you can. Still taking into consideration your own personal health. Make sure you protect your family as well in the best way that you can. So have a great rest of the day, and I will be seeing some of you for a pivot session and seeing some of you on our call tomorrow evening. Have a great day.